3,500 to 4,000 churches close each year in the U.S., according to a widely cited study conducted by the Barna Group. What happens to all the buildings those congregations occupied? I'm Adam Dickinson. I'm a real estate appraiser in St. John, New Brunswick, Canada. I've appraised a number of churches over the last few years and wanted to share some ideas about the market value of church buildings. This video might be useful to congregations or appraisers faced with the question, how much is a church building worth? Congregations may seek an opinion of the market value of a church building for a couple of reasons. They may be interested in using the building for collateral for a loan, or they may be looking to sell, either because they are moving to expand or because they are closing down operations. Here are 3 questions to consider when appraising a church building. 1. What can the building be used for? 2. What role does zoning play? And 3. Does the congregation place any restrictions on use? Question 1. What can the building be used for? Obviously, a lot of churches are designed to be used for gathering spaces. If there are other congregations or community groups active in the market, perhaps they are potential buyers. However, not all church buildings will be taken over by a similar use. Some communities will not see much activity in the way of other congregations that might be moving in. If a church building needs to be adapted to another use, the cost and ease of conversion need to be considered in analyzing the market. Are high ceilings an asset or a liability for an alternate use? What about windows and large open spaces? By looking around the market and finding other adapted spaces, an appraiser can help estimate market value. Question 2. What role does zoning play? Churches tend to have institutional zoning. In a lot of areas, this sort of zoning allows for uses like churches, daycares, or community centers. If a church is going to be adapted into a community center or daycare, this could go quite smoothly. However, if a church is in a residential neighborhood and purchasers want to convert a building to a commercial use, this might be a little trickier. When comparing sales of churches and estimating the value of a building, it is important to know what the zoning was before the sale, or if rezoning was a condition of the sale. If a church building has tight zoning restrictions, a congregation might want to plan for buyers wanting to ensure that rezoning occurs before committing to a deal. Question 3. Does the congregation place any restrictions on use? I've seen occasions when a congregation or higher authorities within a denomination will restrict the use of a property at sale. If these restrictions are formalized, it may impact property value. Generally speaking, the less options one has with a property, the less utility there is. So restrictions need to be considered in estimating market value. Another issue is that some congregations need to remove stained glass, and it's necessary to figure out how these window openings will be dealt with. These are a few of my thoughts on some of the special considerations needed when thinking about the market value of church buildings. Thank you very much.